He did a cut over the, but I can't find it.
No, you can't find it.
Nah, it was on DJ Self.
Yeah, him and Bobby Smurl gotta get back in the studio, bro. They gotta make that. I don't know if they not working together. It's not making that. They gotta do something.
I think you know that. Go back to that when we talking about the segments of people making music in their lane. I just feel like it goes back to that. Music now with the streaming, I think it takes the pressure off people to have to make diverse albums. Now you can just make the music you want because you can put out 7 tracks and don't care.
Right, but I understand that you can put out 7 tracks, but you only those 7 tracks are only gonna keep that small audience.
It keeps money in your pocket.
It keeps that small audience. We all want to.
Not worried about that.
Well, again, that's the problem.
That's why we have the major artists like the Drakes. We have the maybe Kendrick's.
Kendrick is a major
the J. Cole.
artist.
I'm just saying the people.
You about to be disrespectful.
I see where you go. You starting already. Let's hit a reset because we started the episode and people just got here. let's hit a reset because you being rude right now. And I'm gonna let you.
I didn't want to say the names together like I was still fueling beef. That's why.
Okay. That's your excuse. That's your excuse. Okay.
We had a peaceful time in hip hop, kind of, sort of. Right. I think Joey Badass is looking for smoke.
Let's just do this. What were you listening to, my brother? What were you listening to on the way over?
What were you listening to on the way over here?
Route 49.
Okay.
I was listening to his new album.
What the hecky?
Yeah, it's okay. You know what I mean? But it's just like, again, like I said, I feel like we getting to that point and you getting older and you listening to music and you listening to like, all right, bro. You only got like 10 seconds to say something. Don't really, you know what I mean? Don't let your intro be too long. You know what I mean? You gotta give me something.
He got a song with Lil Baby too. That stuff.
Yeah, it's so he got songs out there. But like I said, I cannot sit there and be like, all right, maybe 2-3 years ago, maybe I could have rocked out. Now I'm at that age, like, what you saying, bro?
¿Qué tú pasa? What we listen to, Papa?
Teddy Swims, man.
Teddy Swims.
Yeah.
Who Teddy Swims?
He's a big guy. I listen. I got 2 songs that I really love. The Door, Teddy Swims, The Door, and
what's that beeping sound? I don't like that beeping sound.
I don't know.
This is the Caucasian fellow with the tattoos on his face?
Yeah.
Or the new Post Malone?
I wouldn't call him Post Malone, but I really like him. I really do. I think he's super dope. I was listening to, like I said, The Door, and there was another song, but I don't remember. But the point is, I don't like everything. Once it goes into the next one, I'll cut it and make it come back to, let's go back to the beginning. But The Door is amazing, and I just think he's a super dope artist right now.
Okay, Teddy Swims. I think I'll check him out.
To?
I was listening to T Grizzly Robbery 9. That joint is fire. Y'all ain't never heard that series on T Grizz?
Nah, I didn't get to hear it.
Yo, he got it's all of them. It's up to 9 now, but it's fire. He got a new album.
Now I know I be listening to the old joints, but
I catch it, and then I don't know. Like sometimes I think I caught like 6, and then you
gotta watch the videos with it too. It's fire.
Yeah, they be dope.
Yeah. 9 just came out. It's hard.
You know what it is? We just oversaturated with music, and that's why we don't have no classic hits like we used to.
No, but that's why you got to support those that actually do. Like you were saying, that T Grizzly, I didn't see 9, but he liked to tell a story, good visuals. He tried to make
still
it more.
Shoot the videos. I like that.
That's cool, but we just oversaturated.
Because I don't like I think, man, I call me an old head. I'm tired of the video where you just standing there and you got money and you drive around in circles and there's females in the video.
I don't care how good your spread is.
I'm tired.
I don't care how well you can do it.
Arm,
you got the whole. You nailed it.
Tired of it.
Nailed it. Seen it though.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. I like the concept videos.
See you showing your age because you're looking like, yo, I don't care how much. Tell me something.
Yeah, Victory.
Also too
Victory. That video, that money.
First person shooter was a good video too.
It was. That
was a good video.
Yeah. And so was Rico. With Meek Mill.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that video. It was a good video?
Old ways, new women, gotta keep it balanced.
That was a good video?
Yeah.
I gotta look back at that.
That was when he actually crashed. And the two Rolls Royces or something like that.
You know who shot a good concept video, but it could have been better? Future and Young Thug. They just did a song together. They copied the video, like the oldest video with Jay and Kanye.
Yeah.
They kind of copied that concept, and it was like almost there where I was like, this is about to be good, but I couldn't. Maybe I gotta watch it again, but it was almost there.
Mm-hmm.
Why was it almost there? Was it the visual almost there, or the song what made it?
The song was cool. I like the song. The video, I got where they was going conceptually with the video, but I feel like sometimes when you see these videos with the concept, people be driving in the right direction, and I don't know if what comes in the way, but it just doesn't take me over the top. So for me, it was like I got it. They copied the new Kanye, and like that because that album is classic. That's like, oh, that's dope.
Watch the
Throne album, like that's dope. So you got Young Thug, you got
Future.
Young Thug and Future. Could be big if they do something together. They did the concept, and then it just kind of like. They didn't do the thing that needed to go over the top. I just felt like. Because the video's not, whatever.
Maybe I work too much. Maybe that's probably why I've been a little.
When I'm working, that's how I keep my brain going. I just play videos.
Oh.
Yeah, say your lines. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Just say your lines.
This is what I get minimized to, saying the line. But anyway, please hit the like and subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Come join the family. We're trying to get to 40,000 subscribers, so help us get to that point.
Yeah, let's get
it.
Yeah. This segment right here, I don't want to even spend too much time on it because I feel like this is a little bit gossipy for us. But I mean, the internet's talking about it.
I'm all for it.
We on the internet, so I guess we got to talk about it. Generalize this one. The Papoose and Remy situation has seemed to get very messy from two people that we didn't expect to be messy.
When we was talking on the phone, it seems like we was off on our timeline. I think that might help us with this conversation. To the best of your knowledge, did this thing actually start when Remy doxed Claressa that morning, finding him sleep in a separate bed? Is that the?
You mean on the couch?
Is that on the couch he was?
Yeah, I think he was on the couch.
Was that the impetus of this? Is this the beginning?
Yes, that's the impetus.
I don't have it as that.
So what do you have it as?
I have it as from like battle rap like a couple years ago. It was just a murmuring of before Claressa was involved. It was more of the Easy to Block Captain and Remy's infidelity.
Okay.
That now this is the thing, right? We all alleged or it was rumored, right? It was never confirmed.
It was a lot more blatant than that. It was in rap
it
battles.
Was never
I'm willing to go back that far because maybe that plays into where we're going. And I'm glad that we starting here because I think
never confirmed.
We can't do confirmed or not confirmed in that situation only because at that point we allegedly had him and Papoose getting into an altercation, which most people in battle rap around kind of got the concept and knew what was going on. It was spoke about in every song. Every battle rap that we dealt with from the time he came out, we were dealing with that. So we were dealing with alleged infidelity between.
We were dealing with alleged infidelity, but it wasn't confirmed.
And neither one of them was speaking on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So again, when no one is speaking on it, you have no real confirmation until someone says, "Hey, this is true."
But then Easy started speaking on it.
Okay.
And that's this is my problem on the phone.
Okay, so if my thing, Easy started speaking on it. Well, for me,
this is going to go back to. So now that we censored that, we're going to go. This is back to our conversation. Should sides speak? Should sides be saying anything about an actual marriage?
And then I'm gonna do the Spider-Man pose. I'm gonna do like Stu said. Let's assume that they're separated, right, for the sake of argument, and they're no longer a side. You're the new main.
Okay.
Right?
He's giving you that early.
Right? I'm going to give you that early. Right? I'm going to give you that early. Because, listen, when we had the conversation, I respected it, and I went back. I did my homework because I wanted to come in here ready prepared. Okay. And I'm going to say this. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down on this. And this is my thing to all you young men out there. This is just how I feel. If you put a ring on somebody's finger or you impregnate somebody, your job is to protect that female as a male. Anybody new that I'm with, you're not allowed to talk about my wife or my child's mother, period. That's how I feel. I can't say that everybody should feel that way. You are not allowed, as my new girlfriend, to talk about somebody that I share a child with. I don't care if my baby mom is a piece of crap. You are not allowed to talk about my baby mom. I don't want to hear it out your mouth. I don't want to hear you on TV talking about it. I don't want to see you texting it, tweeting it, uploading it. Look how bad she is. Shut your mouth.
True.
You're not allowed to talk about my wife. I've been with my wife now some long time now. At the end of the day, if I meet some new girl tomorrow and I start dating her and she's not longer my wife, she's my wife and my child's, and I have 2 kids with her, I don't want to hear her mouth. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear your, she
shouldn't
come
be
pick these
treating you
kids
that
up.
way.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. That's for me. So I really don't have much to give on the Papoose and Remy thing because they're two, in my opinion. I just thought mine's out and I'll let y'all go because I know Stu got a lot of passion with this one. As far as Remy and Pap go, I think they've been both, they 2 hurt people in my opinion. 2 hurt people. In my opinion. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't even care to get into the detail of who did what and why they did what. They were married at one point. They got a kid together. They've been together for a while. And when 2 hurt people, when 2 wounded people get involved, and they get on the internet, it's just a recipe for disaster. My biggest issue with this whole thing is I don't know Claressa. I don't know Easy to Block. I want them to shut up. I don't care what the person said to you. That's my opinion. I don't care what Remy's saying. I don't care what Pap is saying online. If Remy and Pap is going through it, that's the people that we have to deal with. I don't want to hear Claressa's feelings on it. I don't think she should have feelings on it. I don't want to hear Easy to Block Captain's feelings. I don't want to know. Your feelings is your feelings. Tell your boo when y'all go home, talk about you defend me in public. I don't want to hear what you got to say online.
Okay. So remember we had this conversation. You said only the main should be able to talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the statement he made.
Yeah,
So
I was agreeing with it, but go ahead.
You was agreeing with that,
Yes.
right? So like I said now, the mains has switched now. Easy is the main. Claressa is the main. Right? We established that now. And then I'm not saying that, because I had this conversation.
That's an absurd switch.
It's
He gave it to you early.
Right?
But that's an absurd switch. I'm not willing to switch that easily.
But you may not be willing to switch, but that's the fact of the matter is. That's the switch.
They're not divorced. That is my
We could be
wife.
I'm gonna go back to it. I could be divorced. No, I'm saying I could be divorced. You are not allowed, and I will tell anybody if my wife leave me tomorrow and she becomes whatever and she decides to be a tramp of the night. The new girl I'm dating, you are not allowed. Y'all can play this back 20 years. Hopefully, I don't have to go through this. You are not allowed to talk about my child's mother or my wife. Period.
All right, but anyway, what I was going to say is, right,
I did that.
at the end of the day, I don't agree that anyone should really be talking. The only people should be, not even Remy or Papoose should be talking about their personal business on social media at all. And I feel like Remy opened the box, and opened Pandora's box by sitting here and exposing whatever Papoose was doing when you are out here living your best life. You showed the video on social media of you having a joyous time with your new boo. And I feel like this. We talked about this before. If you're doing what you're doing, this man is no longer... Okay, cool. You can't go... There's going to be some things that's going to happen because you were married, right? And he finds out that you're doing something that you wasn't supposed to be doing or something that's breaking your vows. You can't expect nothing to happen. But the fact that he didn't say nothing meant a lot, because you know what? He had enough integrity to sit there and say, I'm not going to jeopardize who you are with the way people look at you. So why would you do that to him?
Yeah.
That's the thing that I don't like. He ran down on the dude, socked him, knocked him out.
As he should.
Right, as he should, because that's his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept his mouth quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So that meant for me, that man sat there and said, you know what? I ain't going to...
He was able to run around and say it didn't happen.
There you go. He said, nah, I ain't do that.
He gave him the freedom to run around and say it didn't happen.
Didn't happen. And he didn't even say, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. So if he was able to do that for you in your life, why are you not giving him that same grace? And I feel like, why would you even expose all of this stuff if you're happy? If you're happy in your new situation, be happy in your new situation. That's it. Yeah. Don't sit there and open this box opens. Now I want to bring this person in, because now what you're doing is you making him, you trying to, everybody knew something was up, but nobody knew what was up. And now since everybody, you felt the guilt when you go to these rap battles and all these rappers, battle rappers sit here saying, yeah, you cheating on Papoose with this clown or the T-Moon Papoose and all this. You feel hurt and you wanted to lash out. And you made this something bigger than what it needed to be. So I blame her, because and I respected her as a lyricist. Which, to me, I think Remy is dope. She's from the Zip with the Drip says she's from Queens. She not from Castle. I mean, not from the Bronx, but he said she from Queens. It's originally Astoria Projects, but that's neither here or there. But I'm just like, yo, you from our generation, and our generation doesn't do that. Our generation doesn't get on the internet and supposedly do that. This is a new era thing. Yeah. So stay in your era. Take care of your personal business in-house. This man sacrificed his life because it's the same man allegedly who punched Fat Joe in the mouth for you.
Yeah.
Give him his grace. Regardless of what goes on, we can always talk about, financially, he wasn't this, he didn't do that, because I'm quite sure he could pretty much say the same thing for you, but that's a marriage, for better or worse, rich or poor.
Yeah.
That don't have nothing to do with everybody knowing your business, and that's the problem I have. For her to go up there, bring up this topic, you doing what you're supposed to be, you doing what you want to do, let it be. Let bygones be bygones.
Now here's where I come in, right? So, you're right. But just because she played the game of I'll make you talk, then begin to talk. That is a trap. I didn't just talk about you sleeping on the couch or you being a ex of mine. I didn't talk about that. What I did was I baited you into talking because I'm angry. I'm not happy in my relationship. I am moving on, but this is not working as well as I thought it should, right? But I'm going through the fact that I got to deal with the fact that somebody who I claim that I love so much that I left my husband for is threatening me with my nudes. Like, who did I choose, right? She's going through a lot. But that doesn't mean that you take the bait as the side. I don't care how much separation you say. That there was enough of that, but that is that man's wife. And when you decide that you have been aggrieved by her, I agree with you. You were aggrieved. But that doesn't mean you get to start talking. Because the truth is, all she ever wanted was you to open your mouth, B. That's exactly what I was looking for. Say something. And now that you said something, the turmoil that I'm feeling on the inside, I could spill it all out outside. And that's what she turned it into. And I think that that's a bad idea as a play. To even give her those grounds. Don't talk. You said, yes, when we were having this heated discussion, you said, what I'm advocating for is someone can hit somebody and the other person not supposed to hit him back. And yes.
I'm not advocating for that.
I know. You asked me, was I advocating for it? And I said, yes, I am advocating for, yes, she can say that. She can say that to you. Yeah, she has a right to say that to you. You don't have a right to break that part.
Listen, my man been quiet for almost 4 years.
I get it.
4 long years. And if you've been quiet for this long a period of time, out of whatever it was going on, the nigga, he never disrespected you in any form or fashion. I'm not
arguing against the right part.
Right. So what I'm saying to you, once you start, everybody has a breaking point, and we all human. We have emotions. Some people got breaking points is higher than lower than everybody else's. Once you start talking about the kid, talking about this, I think even for me, like, that would make me feel away. And if you know what's going on, because I've been through certain situations like that where people say they talk about, oh, stupid, and this at my job, then I gotta confront you. And then the people, and I don't even confront you. The people I know that know me confront you about it because they know the real thing, the real story. And then you like, but you, no, that's not the truth. Because every time I see Stu, I see her. So how can you say what you're saying? But again, these are the things that will break a person. And I think that's the straw that broke the camel's back. When she started talking about, we both made her this and this and that. I think for him, it was like enough is enough. And then you're right. Carissa's the main now. She should stay out of it, right? And let him try to handle his own family turmoil, right? But at the same time, she's looking at it as like, Papoose is not going to say nothing. Somebody got to be his voice.
But that's like you arguing for me and my steak.
But no,
chill.
But
I'm cool. It's wrong. It's made wrong.
But she is defending.
The steak is made wrong, but you
listen,
make
I'm
me
not
look
saying
less
it.
than
I'm not
when
saying
you start yelling
no,
about, yo, my man didn't order the steak this way. Like, whoa, relax.
Listen, no,
like
I think. Listen,
you're right. It's wrong.
It's wrong, but you gotta understand where Claressa should. She cared for this man so much that she's like, you know what? I'm gonna put it all on the line for him because he's not going to say
nothing. You feel the
nothing.
same way about Easy? Because Remy wasn't talking about it either until Easy got up there and started. He did like a live blog defending Remy.
He's defending Remy for what though?
Well, he's saying that the relationship was over, that she didn't cheat, that they wasn't with each other no more when they started dating.
Okay, so why is he even talking? But nobody would know. But
know
nobody would know.
anybody's talking. It's the
point.
point.
Hold on. You can't. No. You listen. What she started the conversation first. Remy started the conversation. So when you open the door for your boo to come out there and say, Papoose never said nothing. So if you open the door for that, now everybody got to fair shit. Not everybody's supposed to, but he's going to back for his girl. But if Remy didn't say nothing,
did Remy start talking before
nothing.
Easy said something?
Remy was talking before Easy said something. Okay. That's why he came into play and he started defending himself and like, yeah, you know, that's what. Now the cat is out the bag. Nobody had to know nothing. You could have lived your life for 2 years that nobody knew what you. Or y'all was at the. Who was posting that he was at the at a basketball game together? Who was posting that they was at a football game together?
Who was doing it?
Well,
because nobody knew.
Well, I would say this.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I say this.
They said they was wearing matching outfits.
Nobody knew. You knew. He both had on Philly jerseys. Nobody knew. She posted it like, oh, word.
Those pictures are new to everybody.
That's true.
Nobody knew. So what is that saying?
That's the thing. But I would say this, and I would say this.
And Pep had the pictures because she said, yo, that was the pictures that he was going to expose. So if he had the pictures and he ain't say nothing, why are you talking? He letting you live.
Well,
give him the grace.
Yeah.
Because I think for the 2 years that was going on, I think still everybody felt like Remy played him for Boy.
Don't matter.
He was willing to take that hit.
He was taking a hit.
Maybe she wasn't willing to take that hit.
But then
what
that's you can't go. That's the problem. You can't go outside and do what you want to do, and then when it backfires on you, you want to play victim.
I don't know. Again, I'm not saying I know the particulars. We just
if that man didn't say nothing, he let you live. You better give him grace.
So if they're not dating no more, and she's like, I wasn't cheating on you, we weren't dating, but the perception is like you left him for her, then maybe that's something that you're not comfortable with.
But what you thought was going to happen, though?
What? I also let them think that you wrote your rhymes. Can we shut up?
Oh, that's what
I'm
saying.
saying.
That's another thing.
Shut up.
He gave grace.
I agree.
He gave grace.
¿Por qué?
Can we shut up?
I don't know.
I just want to shut up.
When there's married people, that's why I said it's a messy situation. That's why I don't have no.
And I don't need no extras talking. That's all I'm saying.
That's my only thing is I just don't.
I don't need you. I don't need you.
You're right, but when you open Pandora's box, you giving people. Now everybody feel like I gotta defend myself. We live in a world of social media where everybody feel like I have to defend myself.
But we also talking about people who, again, and I think this is where we can't shy away from. We're talking about people who are celebrities, for lack of a better term, and they care about their public image. They care about how people see them.
And that's why Remy came out. That's why she made it an issue. Like I said, if you have 2 years of y'all here wearing matching pajamas, taking Christmas photos, and doing all this other stuff, and no one knew. No one knew.
But maybe she felt.
No one knew.
And I'm gonna start by saying I agree with you.
No one knew.
Neither one of them should have been talking. But again, these are people in the.
But again, you gotta think about it. I feel more hurt because I knew the information and I kept my mouth closed. Why are you divulging information?
I feel the same way for Claressa.
Why are you divulging information?
Listen.
Why are you divulging information about what you're doing?
I get that she was doxxed. She directly was being mentioned and named, dropped.
I see that she said Remy supposed to her number too.
That's what she did.
No, and that's a conflict that you got to deal with. I'm not.
That's definitely something. So you again.
Yeah, but
the perception of how she treated Papoose though, I don't want to hear that.
She's saying it.
I don't want to hear it.
We don't. No one wants to hear it. No one cares.
Nobody wants to hear it.
It's like to be honest with
you, who knew?
Like I said, my thing is this again. What is your motive, right? Yeah. What is your motive? You coming out here and say, "Oh, I want to talk," and then again, he a sucker. Easy's a sucker. Because I'm
complete.
not. He's a
you
sucker.
You can't threaten nobody with no nudes, bro.
First of all, not even that.
Nah, that's a
for
low
you.
bottom feeder. That's a
you can say
bottom
that.
feeder.
Is that like confirmed?
You
or
a
just alleged?
bottom
But she said,
feeder.
yeah, she said because Papoose, when he was on his live, he was like, yeah, when you punched him in the face, I was
He
messing
played
with
audio
him.
to this?
Yeah, it's audio on his. You gotta check his joint out. You ain't listen.
Yeah, cut me off when I was.
All right, well, cool. Look at it, listen to it, and you'll hear it. She calls a voicemail like, yo, why you do that to him? You know, I was messing with him and XYZ, but now I gotta, you know what I'm saying? It was gonna be short, but now he gonna blackmail me. So now I gotta mess with him more. That's what she's pretty much was saying.
Some low bottom shit. No, what you was saying?
But my thing is
Now we
this.
playing
My thing is
voicemail.
this.
It's
At the end of the day, if we talk about this, you can't be worrying about what your ex is doing.
True.
You can't be worrying about what your ex. It's no way in the world me and you gonna be laid up in the bed and I'm gonna let you go on live and start talking about another man. I would smack the.
While you went at the ad libs, did he do the ad libs? He was like, "Hey, was it we huddled and coming up that day?"
Yeah, like
he said,
yeah. What man would let you like? Let's be for real. I'm not. If you my girl and you sit here arguing with about another dude that we already established that you no longer with and he moved on and you sitting on live arguing about XYZ old stuff.
That's why all of this math means none of this is our business. All of this math equates to because none of our business.
Like I said, when you
Papoose he's soft.
When you married to somebody or you've been in a long relationship with somebody, it just I don't be wanting to hear the details because I know we all got nonsense.
There's always going to be something.
I know, that's why I'm not happy to have this discussion.
But like I said, I'm not happy to have this discussion either. But that's why I say why she just don't keep her mouth closed. She's the fuel in the fire. She's the fuel in the fire for all of this.
But hurt people. You got to know.
But I thought you was happy.
That don't.
But if y'all wearing matching jerseys, y'all sitting
matter,
courtside, you posting all these pictures and saying, "Yo, I found love," and he's mad. Right? It don't seem like he's mad. He moved on.
Well, and I'm gonna say this too. And
he moved on.
Let me say the flip it to it too.
If the nigga was mad, the nigga he would have blew you up a long time ago.
We'll say
the craziest part is he could not be all of those things, but the fact that we don't know it is exactly.
I'll be fair. I'm
gonna
be fair to both parties in this situation and say this: we have no idea because we're all talking about what people said online. Yeah. We have no idea what the conversations are behind closed doors.
But we do know that he knew about this a long time ago, and he did not say anything about it. So if a person is mad and he really want to be vindictive or get a vendetta against you, he would expose you a long time ago when this thing's happened. So the fact that he didn't say nothing, he gave you grace. And what I'm saying is, why is she not giving him the same grace?
Because you don't know the conversations that was had behind closed doors.
It don't matter. He gave you grace. That's behind doors to stay behind doors.
Here's another reason why I don't want the sides talking. Because
the new mains.
The new mains.
The new mains.
The new mains. You gotta get it correct. They're not the sides no more. They're the new mains.
It's because I lied to you. I lied to her too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need none of those stories out. That's the truth. I did call you ugly. She's right. It's in text messages. Yeah. I said I would never deal with you.
That's why I said you don't know. That's why I said these conversations that we having, you don't know. You really don't. And that's what I said. It's unfair to have an opinion on either one of them because, okay.
It is fair to have an opinion on either one of them because if one person is sitting here being quiet and he's not divulging
maybe being quiet on social media, right? Hold on. Let me
whatever we got going on. But see, that's again, what's wrong? If I'm having a conversation with
I let you go, bro. When you
have,
watch this back, you're going to see I let you go.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Because you don't know what goes on. If we're talking about text message threads, we talking about family conversations, you don't know.
Yeah.
What if in family conversations I'm having this?
That man took care of your son while you was locked up.
That's what I'm saying, though. But what I'm saying is you don't know, okay, if I ain't get on live and say nothing, but if everybody around us, I'm not saying it happened, but if I'm having this conversation about you messing with Easy about everybody around us.
They're not around each other. You're not even saying that. At the end of the day.
We don't know is what I'm saying. You don't know. You don't know what pushes somebody over the edge. You don't know what makes somebody pick up the phone and go, I'm going on live.
Whether you know.
I knew what it was that made her go on live.
No. Whether you know, whether you think you know or whatever, you know who do know? Remy, and she got everything she wanted. Don't get it twisted.
She may have got, but she thinks she got everything she wanted. She thinks she got everything.
She wanted to draw your attention out, make you say something.
Maybe
I wanted you to say something. I wanted y'all to say something, and I drew all y'all out.
You know what? She ain't come up with no new music.
Let me tell you this. We can't.
Now I'm about to get a TV show. Me and my boo watch.
What I'm saying is you can't do this, right? You cannot say
I just recasted my husband.
it's
Boom.
the same thing. It's the same thing.
I'm not saying it's okay, but people tune into that kind of stuff.
It's the same thing with the Diddy situation. There's two sides to a story, right? And you can't say that because somebody told a version of a story and somebody told another version of a story, which story you decide that.
But we could go about what's going on around, and common sense would tell you at the end of the day, if a man knew all the information.
Can't say that in a marriage.
Hold on. If a man knew
marriage.
all the information and he did not say nothing, he did not say not one word, one peep, he kept his mouth closed, that's a certain level of integrity. And you got to give him, give him the respect and you give him the grace back in return. That's all I'm saying.
Just to help you understand what Kush is saying, he could have very well been quiet because she never truly admitted to it. There was rumors going on.
If I got,
there was speculation. Hold on.
This the same man who said,
no,
his girl
he
was
said
in
he
there.
had those pictures. But the truth is, she denied it to my face, and I ain't about to argue with you when I brought it up to you.
So you're a fool to sit there and let somebody deny something when you got evidence.
My wife.
But what that mean?
And when I saw that,
so I gotta be dumb.
Somebody
you my
sent
wife?
me. Hold on. Somebody sent me the video. This underground.
Since when you lose your smarts?
Somebody sent me this underground photo of y'all at the game wearing matching jerseys or whatever, right? Somebody sent it to me, and I came to you like, "Yo, what's up with this?" Nah, it was me and Easy. We was promoting. So him being quiet, what I'm saying is, you don't know what the story is that caused him to be quiet.
I know your type.
No, but you don't know. But you also don't know because
I'm not saying that that's the answer. I'm saying that there's a bunch of scenarios that could be working at the same time.
So if y'all taking hugged up Christmas photos together, and you're not even with me and your daughter, and you with him, and he's a Muslim, and he's doing hugged up. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about now? I gotta tell you, gotta confirm with me what's going on. You're not even with us.
He also said that he received a phone call that people put him on that's what was going on, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't know, and he said he did his own level of research without being detailed. You don't know what was going on behind closed doors that pushed somebody out in that space.
But I know he didn't. I know he didn't talk first.
He did not speak on live to us. Was what I'm saying.
He just came around.
There's life. Okay. There's real life, and then there's the internet. As far as going to the internet and having the conversation, Remy definitely was the person who, put the situation in a different space on the internet. But what I'm saying is we do not know what happened in real life because we're talking about two married people. We don't know if he called her mom or whatever and been like, yo, could you believe whoop, 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 whoop. And now the person is, I'm not saying he did that, but I'm saying we don't know.
Yeah. I'm not saying
don't
that
know.
my scenarios is
but if they've been together for 2 years.
All right, let me ask you this. If you got a show, if you married right now, right? And let's say you go through whatever with your whatever, right? And now you get online because you have a platform. You are the biggest star, right? You're right now your spouse. Let me use you. You're your spouse. You married and your wife, you are right now have a podcast and you get on here and you start talking about your situation, right?
I'm not.
I'm actually, your eyes are closed. I'm pointing at you. Be good. Oh. Be good. You have a podcast and you're online and you're talking about your situation because you have a podcast. And now you start speaking about certain things that we all speculated that was going on, but we didn't know, right? Mm-hmm. But meanwhile, your wife or your girlfriend has been calling your mom, reaching out to your sister, having all these conversations back there. That's tormenting your day-to-day life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you online, which you're wrong for talking about it out loud, but real life you've been dealing with this.
Yeah.
You don't know the dynamic, so everybody can be like, yo, Bika was corny for getting online and talking about that. So she wasn't corny for calling your mom?
Yeah.
You wasn't corny for talking to my kids about it? You wasn't corny for sending text messages out, sending photos, putting this stuff in the atmosphere, running up, punching somebody, confirming that I am cheating. Nevertheless, because you run up on a dude, punch a dude in the face, and have a conversation.
But you know what the funny thing, you said she didn't confirm, but she did confirm it when he on the voicemail. When he punched Duke in the face, she did confirm. I was messing with him, but now
again,
we're talking
about retro.
That's what I'm saying.
We're talking about looking at something in its totality from the past. What I'm saying is you don't know in a marriage, and this is why I'm being fair to both of them, you don't know what pushed both of them to a space where she goes, I'm going, because Remy also wasn't on live this whole time. She wasn't going crazy from the beginning of it. She's in a space right now where she's seeming a little out of the, like a little off the loop, where she's just going live and wilding out. But there's something that's pushing this person or both parties.
You know what's pushing her? Public perception.
No disrespect to Remy. Remy's not that big of an artist that her public perception is going to take so much of a blow that somebody like, I'm not listening to Remy's music no more because she's dating Easy.
that's what's bothering her. That's why she spoke out. Because there's no other way where you would speak out if you having fun, you enjoying your life.
You don't know what's going on. What I'm saying is they got text messages between each other. They're conversating with each other.
Right,
you don't know what leads to somebody
I'm
going.
I'm still not coming on no platform.
You're not, but you don't know what pushes somebody
talk.
else. Is what I'm saying. You don't know what kind of relationship they have.
That's
as
why
husband and
it's
wife.
such a
Man, she just did 7 years. You think a text message is gonna push you over the edge?
You don't know. So to push over there to get the 7. Something pushed her to get the 7.
To get the 7.
No, she got the 7 over a little push, a little nudge.
Going on,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying
man,
you don't.
You done did 7 years, dealt with the worst of the worst, and you done you.
Well, you don't know. You don't. What I'm
some
saying
text
is,
message ruins your life. Come on, man.
I'm not saying it. I'm
home. You can't.
You're minimizing it down.
Home.
You minimizing it
You
down.
can't. I'm home, bro.
You minimize.
I don't care what you say. I don't care what you talk about. I don't care. As long as you don't touch me.
You minimalize
That's
it to that, but you don't understand the dynamic. These two have a relationship that they have for a very long time, and they know how to push each other's buttons, right? My wife, your wife, they know what to say to get you mad. And you be like, yo, why would you say that to me? That's just that they know that thing, right? So you don't know what happened behind closed doors that pushed them into the limelight. Papoose has come out and started talking.
Because he started talking, she said something about
You could assume.
She knew that was the reason.
Yeah. But hold on. We could all assume.
She's going through a divorce, and she don't have no intel on you. So I need you to run your mouth. Say something disrespectful. Show how you threaten me.
Yeah.
Show how aggressive you can be. Show how manipulative you can be. And I don't have to say it. All I said was your kid. All I said is something about the kid. And you acting like I said something dramatic.
And we can't
so
say
now I gotta protect myself. I can run my mouth. And that's why you don't fall into these traps.
You're right. You see,
she wants that from you.
You see what
and
you just
I
said?
don't want it for you. I don't want that for you.
I just feel like
see right
people-
there
people-
what you just said. She ran her mouth. She's instigated and she's put the fuel to the fire
Because
to
she's
whatever.
gonna make
she's
it
hurt,
so.
bro. To me, I
Yes.
just feel like she's hurt.
Yes.
She's hurt.
Listen. I'm sitting in this vein. Two
gotta be
people
hurt.
spend a lot of time with each other. When you make that commitment to each other, when you decide to have a child with each other or whatever, there's a lot of stuff that don't make sense. That baby moms do, that baby fathers do, that husband and wives do. Once you have that connection with each other, it's not really fair, in my opinion, for people to have an outside perception on something that two other people share. Because we don't know.
We don't know. We shouldn't know because you're right. We don't know because if you didn't talk about it, we don't know.
Until what happens when it explodes? What happens when it explodes?
Nobody would know. If you don't talk about it, who knew?
That's not how it works. That's just
not how it works. So now you just saying, now you contradict yourself. You said that's not how it works. Now you want to be a theorist, right? You say, that's not how it works.
Two people in the public eye. We talk about two people in the public eye.
All right then. So you talk about two other people in the public eye. So now you giving them a platform. Now you saying it's okay for them to talk because they in the public eye.
Who?
Easy and Claressa.
No, I don't want to hear nothing.
But you don't want to hear. But you just sat here and said that there are two people in the public eye.
I would say my relationship. If I'm Easy, I'm talking about my relationship with Remy is my relationship. I don't need to talk about that man.
Well, well, listen. At the
That's
end of the
me.
day, like I said, Easy.
I don't talk about my wife's ex. Ain't no reason to get up here and start talking about it.
But listen, this just goes to show you.
You just said the last time that everybody did something freaky kinky with somebody the ex. I don't gotta talk to you about it. You ever heard me call? Yo, me and my wife was talking and she said.
But you proving my point though, bro. You're proving my point.
Tell me how.
Because I'm telling you, if you shut the fuck up, nobody knows.
It don't work like that.
And there we have it.
That's who got the most edits today. It's definitely
I got
him.
2.
You got like 4.
I think I got one.
You got like 4.
Come on, bro. Like, be quiet. Shut up.
It don't work like that. And again,
then if you say it don't work like that, then you can't say it don't work like that with the other two people either.
100% I can.
No, you can't.
Their value is not the same.
They got a gag going on.
No,
Your
you
value is
can't.
not the same, bro.
Claressa Shields is bigger. First of all, Claressa Shields is bigger than all of them.
I'm not talking about that.
She's bigger than all of them. So if you're talking about one
like
person, she's bigger than all of them.
Nice
nah,
take.
I'm not doing that.
She is bigger than all of them.
That's a nice take.
Tell me
That's
she
a nice
big.
take.
It's not about that.
Claressa Shields not
That's
bigger
a
than all
nice
of them.
take. That's a
It's not
nice
about
take. That's a
Claressa
nice
Shields
take.
bigger than all of them.
Agree with
It's not
that
about
take.
that. I'm not
Agree
agreeing
with
with
that take. Agree with that take. It's a good take.
Nobody's bigger than my
All
wife.
of them
or my
combined,
child
she's
mother.
bigger than all of them.
Shut up. We talking about them.
Nobody's bigger than my
You
wife.
see, he don't want to give me my. You don't want to give me that one.
I gave you what I gave you, and I also stand 10 toes down.
Nah, you stand
Do
10
not
toes
talk about-
down, but I'm just saying,
Listen,
Claressa Shields is bigger than all
I'm
of them.
gonna tell you this, right? I'm gonna tell you
Her
this.
voice is bigger.
I'm gonna tell you this. I know you for 100 years, right? 100
She's
years.
more relevant.
Let me tell you something. Look, you want to touch my finger? Look.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, touch my finger. Look.
She's
I
an
know you for 100
MMA
years,
fighter.
right?
She want to fight dudes in the ring. She was like, come on.
Listen,
She's a
I know
3-time
you for 100
champion in
years,
3
right?
different weight classes,
I know
undisputed.
you. I tell you. I know you for 100
World class
years, right?
Olympian.
You can't talk this erraticness, right? Right?
Who's bigger?
Let me tell you this.
Who voice matters?
Have I ever any tumultuous relationship you have I ever to your face said something negative about somebody you've been with?
No. It's all about the decisions that I make.
Am I a bigger person in your life than those people?
Yeah.
It's no reason for it. There's a line. There's no reason. I don't care if your shorty, your kid's mother, your whatever is wrong.
Yeah.
There's a line.
True. It's true.
When as men do we not draw the line?
He drew the line when he didn't say nothing.
And that's why you don't give her what she asking for.
And that's and that's
Don't
why
talk about
I
that.
love this circle
And that-
because it's
No,
so
talk
right
about
here.
me not being
This
a
is right
circle.
here. This is the circle
Because this
right
is
here.
why you're gonna keep having toxic situations where it's gonna keep going and going. Because
Exactly.
nobody gonna say, "Yo, get offline, bro. Get offline."
I ain't gonna have nothing toxic online.
I'm not talking about you. Hey, I'm talking about if I'm telling anybody, get offline.
Yeah.
If my new girl's online, get offline.
Yeah.
Because you're going to either feel like I want to break up with you or you're going to remember not to get back online and start talking like that. Because you can't talk about my child's mother. You're not involved in this. This got nothing to do with you. You are the next, but you're not the ex. Be quiet.
But you bringing her up in there every time she have.
All right, so what?
So then
So
what?
what?
So you can't say
So
that.
what?
You can't say they ain't got nothing involved with
So
you.
what?
But she
If you're
wanna hear
talking
from
about.
If she did something to you, if she do something to you, like the whole number thing, I get you speak out and you say whatever you got to say in that moment because whatever. I'm going to try to handle it. If you get too emotional and you want to speak out, that's fine. But if you get up here and start giving an opinion about what's
that
going
you're not even
I
talking
prefer,
about the
but if you start talking about, Kush is a good man and he treat what, shut up. As you would say, shut the up. As you would say, shut the up. All right?
Yeah.
Don't tell the world how good I am. They'll see. We'll get to it.
Why she can't praise you?
Because you only know me for 9 months. You don't know how good I am. I'm terrible. I tormented this woman. I tormented this woman for 15 years. You don't know how good I am.
crazy.
You don't know what happens
don't
inside
know.
of a marriage.
Listen, this
My
is
line. You don't know what goes on. You
But
don't
he's
know how
treating
I got
her good. She can only go for what's happening for
today.
her.
You don't know how I've been treating this woman for 15 years.
But that's not.
Yeah.
That don't
You
matter
don't know how I've
to
been
her. Or she's
telling her.
worried about her.
Shut up. Back to you. Shut up. The lady at the bakery, I went to 7-Eleven, treated me nice.
Yeah.
She know me? No, I'm an a-hole. Oh, that man that came over here with the yeah, he was a nice. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay out of
I
it.
sit in the corner with a mask on. No.
Stay out of it. And this is rejecting gratitude, rejecting love and
That's
affection.
too much work. You want to be loved, but someone's showing you love. You say,
Nah, I don't
you
want that
can't
kind
say-
of love.
you
That's
can't say nothing-
toxic.
You can't say nothing
Yeah.
about me.
Because you know what that
You
is?
can't give
That's
me a
17%.
compliment?
That's arguing, picking your kid up at the precinct now because I can't have a conversation with my baby mom because y'all two
Fact.
can't be in the same space.
Exactly.
It's gonna happen.
So
regardless.
now
No,
You
it's
gotta-
not going to happen regardless.
So
'Cause
I got to drop you off at the store, go get my kids, come back around the corner because you can't.
And now she want to argue
Shut
that she
up.
don't want my 5-year-old daughter around you because she don't trust you. And now we in court having this nonsense argument. We don't know what she on. She sent these threatening messages. So now my kid can't be in the house with me. So now I got to spend more money to take the kid out somewhere. He can't just sit in the house and play video games. Because you won't shut the F up as you call
This
it.
is why. See, listen.
No, that's why you tell your girl to stop costing you money. You
Yeah.
tell her stop costing you
Yeah.
money. Stop causing you heartache. That's 17%. Oh,
Yeah.
you want her to stop putting out all these other things that they know about you. Not the photo when you sleep butt naked or something like that with your socks off.
Yeah.
And now that wound up online.
That very cold night.
Yeah.
The very
cold.
cold.
It's
It was
cold.
very cold night.
It's cold. Your wife, your baby mom, they know stuff about you that don't nobody know, bro.
Yeah, that weakness, that
Yeah.
like I don't think I'm gonna make it as a rapper. That
Yeah.
thing, he had to tell somebody that once he
This is
realized
his
it.
first rap. Put this online. I don't need that. Shut up.
You cried.
Yeah.
You cried because they niggas
That's
said you
crazy.
couldn't come back to the studio.
Tell my mama how nice I am. Yeah.
That's
tell
They
my
said you
mama.
couldn't come back to the studio and you cried.
Yeah.
You cried in front of me. You
That's
want me to start
crazy.
telling
man,
them that?
those secret
This is
conversations you
crazy.
have, you gotta, bro. You gotta.
You got. You know what? That's why I always say. I tell everybody. Even for me, you have to go through that fire. You gotta resolve that shit early. You gotta get rid of it. You gotta figure it out. What you gonna
The
do?
person you marry is not the person you divorce. It's a separate person
Exactly.
But that's why you got litigation.
and not television. Anyway, y'all tell us in the comments
As long
section.
as you ain't acting like Kanye West, you good.
So now we've switched. We've obviously switched the side pieces to the new mains.
Right.
Low maintenance.
to the new mains, and should the new mains talk? Right? I guess that's the new perspective.
No, we just said that they shouldn't say anything.
No, not we. You say that people have a right to praise you and defend you.
No, I didn't say she have a right to praise and defend you. I said what she's
doing. Oh, we gonna play this back. What'd you say?
I said she's doing because the Remy opened her mouth, so she's feeling like I have to defend him because he's not going to talk. That's what I said.
You said she has a right to do that, right?
I didn't say she had a right. I said this was going to happen. You just kept saying what's naturally going to happen. If someone's talk about someone that you love and you dare, there's going to be something that's going to happen. Everybody going to be able to sit back and be quiet.
So what we're saying is you should shut the F up. As
I say all of them should. Remy should have shut up first. Because
I'm agreeing with you, but that's a separate argument.
But what I'm saying is when you open Pandora's, you cannot no longer take it and you speak on someone. You can no longer sit there and tell them to be quiet.
Yes, I can.
I thought we was talking to the audience. What happened? Now, so what we reduce to this to?
Married people keep your business in the house, man.
There you go. Shut up.
Yeah.
If you don't start talking, no one to say nothing.
When you get divorced,
and move on.
Move
As
on.
Stuart said, move on.
That's all I'm saying.
I moved on. You moved on. Let's just move on.
Y'all be talking nonsense.
Move on. Who
moves on? Who moves on?
I do.
Not without a couple nights in front of your crib, but that's
exactly.
I don't do none of that.
Yeah, nobody will move on. Yeah, y'all move on.
I know it's supposed to be clean, but
that's how I say, y'all. Shush. Y'all move on. I move on. I stopped talking about. There's no contact. Everything is amicable. It's just a kid. We bring the kids out. Everybody. We're just one big family. That's it. We move on. Nobody asked me nothing. We break up. It's all peace. It's all love. Brother Love. He's a new Brother Love. They got rid of Diddy. He's
We're
the
the
new
best
Brother Love.
co-parents.
Yeah, guys, nonsense. Nobody breaks up. Like you just said, nobody.
Stewie for president.
Yeah. It is nonsense. It is toxicity at its best.
I'm just saying.
This guy right here, he mixed ammonia with poison. With bleach.
It's supposed to be together.
Yeah. Why can't you put them together? They both clean. It's still right now. Just put them in the same box. Just put it in there. Just want everything clean.
Right, but how much drama do I be having though?
Oh, we're not even.
No, we're not making it personal. Come on. Please, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that on camera.
Before we make it personal,
let's not do that on camera because we be here all day. We be here all day.
So tell me, was I right though?
Hit it in the comment section.
Yeah, get in the comment.
It was a good one. I'm glad. I'm like the way we handled it.